Today we talk about trains. Prague, as a capital of Czech Republic, we like to say is the heart of Europe. And equally, we're very well connected and right in the middle of the Czech and international in Europe railroad systems. If you fly to Czech Republic, you can easily within one day visit Germany, in another day Austria, another day Poland, Hungary, and today I'm going to show you exactly what systems to use, how to easily navigate the timetables, how to search the best connections to you, and what to watch for to make your trip worthwhile. If you're ready, let's get right into it. Let me start with good news, because for the transportation, I will be speaking only about two places you need to know. This is the main train station in the middle of Prague, and another one is the bus station, which is one metro station away. If you look into Prague, this is literally what I'm looking into, and it will take you 4 minutes if you go from just the transportation time. Alternatively, if you consider walking, unless you have a big suitcases, that's 18 minutes here, but don't bother. I mean, just take the metro and navigate yourself on Florence. This is a little mission, but here's the bus station, and this is your alternative I will be proposing as well. Cities we will be covering today are Vienna, Berlin, Munich, Warsaw, and Budapest. 4 countries around Czech Republic and how to get them easily. The main website to start with is idos.cz. Everything you need to know is on idos. If you don't have it in English, just switch here, and we will be using this as the only website for today. I suggest checking direct connections. First city we will talk about is Vienna. Vienna is accessible by train or by bus around 4 hours. It's the closest city you can get to, along with Berlin, and you can consider going either by train or by bus. You can load other connections, and I want to talk about the difference between buses and the trains. If you want to make it cheaper, you see that the train is about 800 crowns, more than 30 euros. If you want to keep it just above 20, then you can consider the bus. It runs almost the same time. I mean, the fastest would be train here, 4 hours, 13 minutes. Well, the difference between bus and trains. Personally, I prefer trains because they're more comfortable. You can easily get refreshments, food, even a decent lunch. And the restrooms are definitely a better quality. On the other hand, it is more pricier, and sometimes the internet connection is not the best. When I travel by bus, it's a bit funny that when I work on a laptop, it's more like T-Rex working there because there's just not space, unlike in the trains. Anyway, going back to the connection, you see that around 4 hours. Fastest one is the train, and it costs 1,000 Czech crowns, 40 euros. You can check the connection details to double check what stations it goes through, and the same as the map, which will show you that you go from Prague to Pardubice and to other cities all the way down to Vienna. To book tickets, you simply go to card. Just go to card and it asks you if you want to return journey, etc. It's very simple and you can proceed easily this way. Second city we will look for is Berlin in Germany, and what I see here is that what it found first are the buses. We don't want to go by bus, although it's pretty cheap if you consider that's just about above 20 euros, and the train, it's just 4 hours, a little bit faster than the bus, but the price is more than double. So consider this. Again, if you want to make it budget, go with bus, and I mean 4 hours in bus is manageable. But for longer trips, I would definitely prefer trains. Similarly here, you can check the road. You can check where we go to Berlin, that there are no stops between Dresden and Berlin. You can look up all the connection details, where it stops. And again, very intuitive to go to. You can even, I don't want a return ticket. And you can even look for, no, that's the bus, without seat reservation. And then you can select from a seating map, whichever seat you want. As I said, very convenient and easy to proceed. Third city we will look into is Munich. Munich, again in Germany. Here is something interesting because the bus is actually faster than the train. If I look here, 5 hours by bus, 4:45 by bus, and by train we get under 6 hours. The difference is not that huge in price. This is like 30 euros. This is above 20, a little bit above 20, but the time factor. So if you need to make it fast, okay, consider bus. If you sacrifice the comfort, then it will be cheaper. One more thing to show is that if you open the specific connection, here you can read all the amenities. Yes, it's only in Czech, so you need to Google translate it, but here you also see if there is a food wagon. Like this one doesn't seem to have it. No, this one says there is delivery. There is a guy or lady with a cart going through the wagons, delivering food if you want, but there is not a proper kitchen. In other ones there will be. Another thing, look into the little icons here. What does it say? This one says that there is a mobile snack bar. That's what I meant, that there is basically a little trolley passing through, not a huge selection, but it's something. There is a Wi-Fi, same as in the bus, like Wi-Fi these days is everywhere. Question is about the connection, if it is worth it. But there are also electrical sockets. Just if you're traveling from outside Czech Republic or EU, make sure you have the right connections. But even sometimes you can buy it in the train. They sell it, but don't count on it. You can buy it though definitely on the train station or in the Florence, the bus station. I'm excited to invite you to our next event, which will be online. And hi, this is Dasha, and we are going to do seminar for first-time buyers. We're going to explain everything you need to know to buy a property in the Czech Republic. A lot of things to cover, but I'm sure you will do very well. The link is in the description, and see you there. Fourth city, and we're traveling a bit further all the way to Hungary, and we're going to Budapest. To get to Budapest, now it gets more interesting because it's more than 7 hours. Okay, just under 7 hours if you take this metropolitan train. There are buses, as you see, but the question is, do you want to spend 7 hours in a bus? It's manageable, it's doable, I've done this before, but again, the comfort and what do you need to do during the time. So if you want to work, I definitely recommend to use the trains. I travel by train every month to my city of Ostrava in east of Czech Republic. I spend there more than 3 hours. The best working time I have. Nobody is really asking for anything, and I just have the peace to work everything what I want. Budapest is one of the cities which, when I go there, it's I don't want to make any fun of it. It's like cheaper version of Prague. You get similar amenities, very cool places, very historical place. And if you were out of your paprika supply, you can always buy a lot of paprika. I remember as a child, that's what my parents did, and we brought it to Czech Republic. Let me specify that you can see here also the details about the provider, RegioJet or student agency, it's the same. České dráhy, Czech railroad system, and then you have Flixbus and some express bus line as well. You will be very familiar with these. All of them, they have their own apps, or most of them. And this is something you can consider if you will be buying the tickets. You can do it here conveniently, or alternatively, download the app of the specific provider and buy it through there. It does have some pros and cons, I will speak about it later, but that's your alternative. If you're going to Budapest, think of a train. I would go by train. Last city we're looking to today is Warsaw, capital of Poland. Now here is the furthest trip. I mean, it takes the longest time to get there, 9 hours by this bus. The price is very favorable, and this is quite interesting again because it is furthest away, but also one of the cheapest ways to go. If you want to go by train, faster a little bit, and the price is 30 euros. I mean, it's very negligible. It can be your cheapest co-working place, if you can look at it this way. And with all these things you can see there, RegioJet is also pretty good on a food selection. You get very affordable ways of what you can buy to eat or drink. And when you see here kino, like that's a Czech version of cinema, it's cinema for kids. Yeah, children's theater. I mean, if you have kids, train, in my opinion, is much better option, especially for these amenities. In some of the train connections, you have spatial place for kids. You have even a women's department, I mean women's coupes, and a lot of other things, space for disabled people. Trains, again, in my opinion, are a better option. It wasn't complicated, was it? Simple website with all you need to know, with clear timetables, everything in English, easy way how to book the tickets. I hope it will make your life easier. If you travel to Czech Republic and you want to visit the other cities, this is the place to go. And let me know, because this weekend I'm using train as well, and soon I'll be going to Berlin. Where do you plan to go? Or is there some other big city I missed, which I should include in the next videos? And in another video, I will be giving you personal travel tips, because I use train very often, and there are a few things besides of knowing the timetable, which is good to know. See you in the next video. Oh, and by the way, if you like Prague so much that you would like to buy a property, this is what we do. My name is Robin, founder of Expats Finance and guide for expats who want to settle down in the Czech Republic. See you in the next one.